402-488-8934, and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Doren. God bless you.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session, and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hay season is a race against time. Win that race with an all-new 1 Series round baler from Landmark Implement. The all-new John Deere 1 Series round baler is a revolutionary leap in baler technology that captures near real-time moisture and weight data that can be analyzed through Operations Center to improve your bale quality and farm efficiency. Are you ready to upgrade your hay equipment? Contact your local Landmark location for full details on the new 1 Series round baler and experience the Landmark difference.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Early break, and then a week after retirement, he was flipping burgers in a what would you call that truck? A
food truck?
Food truck.
What kind of truck would that be with food in it? Words are hard. What is that? Here's a truck. They show up. They show up at noon, and then they drive in, and it's a food. Oh, I can't put it together. I can't get this food truck.
Food truck.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This
is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Game Week Monday? Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP, the Old School crew, coming at you live. Hot in effect here in Lincoln, Nebraska, 1040 O Street. On and popping like always. Game week, so there's more energy in the city and obviously in the station. But we are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 84th and Old Cheney. And if you're up there in the O, 168th and Maple. It's on. No turning back right now. UTEP Miners coming in here with a new coach, new ideas, Conference USA. It'll be interesting. Needless to say.
I was just telling Austin this morning. If you had asked me Friday, I'd have felt pretty good about saying that I thought Nebraska was going to run UTEP out of the building and it was going to look exactly the way you fans wanted to look, and it'll remind them of old school Nebraska day one, week 0 games where you run up on folks and everybody gets seen, everybody gets their work, everybody gets their 10 carries, everybody gets their three catches, for the first 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning, you just went, not a clue. I don't like I'd like to believe. It's like nope. Talk to a couple of coaches, and it was the same reaction. Was you'll find out when we find out. They feel good, but man, don't know, and that's the beauty of that first one because we haven't seen this version. I'm looking forward to it. I can say that. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Nebraska got to beat themselves to lose the UTEP. I mean, they're Division I players, and so they're going to come in and play hard. But that's definitely don't step on the field and act like this game's hard. This game is probably hard because I feel like you got to play this game against yourself. No, first of all, you got an opponent, so that's good. You get to hit somebody else, and with a new coach and stuff, you just don't know. But they're going to pose a challenge. They've been looking forward to this game as much as Nebraska, so it's not going to be just you're not going to sleepwalk through the game. But you just got to. This is the way. Instead of looking at it like, oh, Utah could pose some challenges, like, oh, that's what's great. That's what's going to make this fun. I mean, you play a combat collision sport. It's a competitive sport. You're at the one of the blue blood schools or very very established university. There's a lot on the line, so you just, you take that approach to it. You give me your best shot, and you lose, and that's and you beat the opponent. That's the way it should be. I mean, you expect to get their best shot, right? And that's fine. But when so let's give them our best shot and let's see how they handle it. I think too much of the mindset from like some other media guys, you're listening to them, and then it's like this old like woe is me. Now, granted, they're so quote unquote media guys, but sometimes that can kind of seep into the mindset of fans. It's like this woe is me and we need this. Just go make it happen.
It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it, right?
No, you want it to be easy. Week 1, week 0. I need it easy. I need to see.
But it's only easy. But what is that going to do though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for it to say that, but at this point, we're not at that point. So go out there and win the game. If you have 12 games, the object is to win by at least 1 point or more. Period.
12 times.
Can I be like a fan and just cheer and just say I want a 50 burger?
Sure, that'd be great.
Right.
That would give you
right.
Yeah, but here's what people don't understand. I was telling somebody this. Washington State, we went in a halftime losing to Washington State in 95, I think, or something like that. We did, so it's sooner or later you got to get to the mindset we're going to break people. They gave us a challenge, right? They hit some big plays against us. They came in and competed against us on defense. They had some NFL players. Didn't have the depth, right? They were able to kind of throw it out. They had some good athletes. A lot of those guys on the, their offense end up either getting drafted or getting the chance at the league, right? That's just college football. This is back when there was no difference between what UTEP is now and Washington State was back then.
True.
So, look, people are going to come in. Now Central Florida had Dante Culpepper, but again, they weren't from player one to whatever player they had. They weren't, as good as us. They gave us a little bit of challenge. This just happens.
Well, styles make games, right?
Sure.
So and being less familiar, you're looking at Austin P from a year ago just to get system and think tendencies and those sort of things and how their play callers will play calls. And then some of the talent moved over. But then you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what's he going to look like for UTEP now? You got a return quarterback that returned. You've got running back, receiver. You got some folks that were productive. You can talk about practice and all that, and then tempo. Tempo is the word, right? When you don't have as much talent as somebody, that you change the tempo and try to stretch them out, right? Put them under duress. But the reality is there anybody from the Nebraska fan base that fully expects this to be difficult?
If that's the low hanging fruit,
right?
Like you just UTEP, you got to expect it. If they're going to come in and run tempo and spread you out, well then that means that's just a fancy way of saying they're going to test your principles. That's what it like defensively. Like what? Okay, so you're going to run a play every 15 seconds, and I'm only going to be the one tired. Come on. At the end of the day, let's just pump the brakes here. Like if I'm tired, I know you're tired. So now you got to execute a play better than me in defense. At the end of the day, if we're playing cover 2, 3, 4, combo covers, man, it comes down to communication and make the plays you need to. You get out there and you're out there pointing and both, everybody's looking at this and there's no communication. It doesn't matter if it's UTEP, Ohio State, Michigan, Purdue, you ain't going to play well. You know what I'm saying? If you don't tackle well, if you don't communicate well, it really doesn't matter who's out there. It does, but if I'm trying to tackle Marvin Harrison Sr., if I'm out of position, it doesn't matter if it's him or Wayne Cabret. They house calling. That's the way it is.
What's harder about tempo? Being physically tired or mentally tired on defense?
Physically tired or mentally tired?
Yeah. What makes tempo harder?
It's probably mentally because you're not really as tired as you think you are. Because what stops tempo is being able to communicate and make them make plays. Reason why they want tempo is because they want to try to get something easy against you. Now, granted, there's teams that were really good at it, but they're trying to trick you into doing something.
Yeah.
Or trick play. They want the coach want to walk around. Oh, you see that one?
Watch this.
Because what they'll do is they'll run a stop route and then have the slot run like a quick slant. Then they run a stop route, delayed wheel route. So if you don't flood your defense or move over, well then you get it. Or if the safety bites up, it's a takeoff.
I gotta hit him over the middle.
Yeah, or I got to take off down. That's what they try to do.
But and try to get your run first defenders in pass first situations.
Sure, but the good thing about the 3-3-5 is that in theory, and personnel wise, you should be able to combat that because you got. I don't know. I only got to look at the depth chart for 2 seconds. Austin, where you got
spread out all day.
You got MJ Sherman and Princewell that have shown the ability to cover. So if you get caught in your regular base defense, or if they go big personnel, which I'm assuming they have Princewell and MJ in there, you feel like you can, hold your. I always call it hold your head above water.
Can I ask you? Did the depth chart surprise you in any way? Is there anybody who's listed up higher or lower than expected?
No, not really. These are the usual suspects that have been out there.
To say that, so that Malachi Coleman and Alex Bullock are 3 deep,
sure,
at the receiver position. Which, if we say that in May, some eyes pop open a little bit,
Not
right?
really, 'cause you got
The
two
returning
start-
starter, right? Returning starter. And Bullock.
That's technically, man. you trying to create something.
No, there's no create. I'm actually surprised.
Jamal Banks started and was productive at Wake Forest.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My man Nair was productive 2 years ago or whatever at Wyoming, and then he played some last year after being hurt in the middle year. So you bring those two veterans along, and the whole plan last year was to kind of go along this process of where you have guys that are more established and they can kind of get their feet wet and kind of learn how to play. That's what you're getting this year.
Well, I mean, with Ja'Cory Barney as the two ahead of Bullock, I was like, okay, then the young man something, because that means he's had one heck of a camp.
Yeah, but they're two different guys. Look at he's
Right.
6 foot 170. The other guy's 6'2", 205. So again, depending on situation, play calling, team you're playing, that could be flipped. But you want it like we talked about in the crossover. You want to have position and body type flexibility.
And then Carter Nelson at the slot in the same space as IGC and Janarian Bonner.
Right. It's just two different body types. I think they announced middle of the summer that he was going to play kind of a receiver and then kind of work his way into tight end. And that's what, look, he's coming for 8-man football. You know, so it's commendable that he's at where he's at, because that's a big step up. Number one, in body sizes. Number two, in the speed of the game. So it's, won't say any names versus prior staffs that just kind of take somebody, put them in a position they're not physically or mentally ready to go, and then be like, you know what, he can't play. Well, there should be a starting plan, a middle plan, and an ending plan. So it sounds like this is where they're going to start him at.
And I got corrected. It's Janarian Bonner. Janarian.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I feel terrible when trying to get some of these pronunciations right, the week.
That's all right. We need some Daquans and stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Janiron,
Jaquise. Yeah, I want it all spelled different too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I want Jaay. That's who I want. J in here.
Ron.
Yeah.
Ron.
Triple A. That's
the
what we
number 4
Yeah.
MAN.
Yeah. Exactly, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Or FUH with the two things like he was German and
Umlaut, all that good stuff.
Yeah. It seems like these are guys that you expect to play. I mean,
and
I think everybody's gonna get some run.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I said getting 3 deep against UTEP allows players to be seen. If there were some questions about it, right? It's all resume now, new resume. Like it's live resume now. Forget about beating your own and playing against your teammates. Now you get to actually produce when the numbers matter, and you get to see them. You get to actually see them in different situations.
You'd like to think some of these guys have got better, from like year 2 or their first real off season with weight program, nutrition, coaches and stuff. And so they kind of, instead of just kind of, I felt like when you get a new coach, and I just remember this from being in the NFL, a lot of times you're in survival mode. You know what I mean? Like survival mode. You want to be there. You got to survive. You got to kind of work through the nonsense. And then the next year you kind of really dive into it. So some of these guys are, I'm assuming have gotten better, but they still got to play good. Like DP said, you got to play good. You got to go out and perform. This is what, you work all off season, and your season 2024 season started after that last Iowa game last year. That's when your season started or should have started. So you go all off season, summer, camp, and now you're 4 or 5 days away from, showcase. And it's the first brick that you want to lay into possible good season. Then you got to go out there and play. Like, I really wouldn't go into this game thinking or worrying about how many guys play. I want to see the guys that should play good. And I want to see you play good from quarter 1 to whenever you get out of the game. That's what I want to see. And that's what I need to see, because yes, the depth of what will help, but ultimately the guys that need to, like I say, pull, carry the pail of water up the side of the hill that don't have it, that's a little bit slippery, have got to be able to do it, because that's what they're, in this case, that's what you're getting paid for.
Who has which side of the ball has the bigger advantage against UTEP, offense or defense?
Well, just continuity wise, I would say defense, just because they've been around each other more. But But I also think like the offensive line is a veteran offensive line, so they should be able to line up and be able to handle if they. I envision UTEP's going to come in and try to stunt and try to reestablish the line of scrimmage by getting tricky. You just got to think just in general, they're not going to be Big Ten size guys, right? I looked at one of their defensive linemen. He's like, listen, at 6'1", 275. That means he's 6'1" or probably 6 foot 265 after a camp, and so they're going to have to try to penetrate and try to live and die by getting turnovers, tackles for losses, and try to keep Nebraska way off schedule and behind the chains. And so, it's kind of, and I don't think they're going to come in and just gamble and, go zero blitz all the time. But they're definitely going to play with nothing to lose. And that's fine. I mean, because that only lasts for so long.
Yeah, the lean on factor.
Yeah, that's fine and all. I mean, we've seen it, in boxing matches. You've seen it in UFC. Everything's cool when you dancing and stuff. And that's cool. And, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, that first body blows. And then it's like, okay, now we got to start playing. Now we got to start getting in the phone booth and then start playing big boy football. But also don't think that UTEP won't get tested either. This isn't as much as UTEP is. This isn't the same team that they're watching last year. You know what I'm saying? Or when you break the huddle and you a corner and you see 6'4" on both sides of the ball, it ain't the same thing you saw last year.
Got work to do.
Yeah,
Got work to do.
Knuckle up, Lawson. Yeah.
Long, slim, 6'4" corner, Austin Orman.
If only.
If only. Austin remembers of a guy, his name was Jeff Freeman, and he was actually one of the coolest dudes I ever met when I was a ball boy. He was built.
That's why I remind you of him.
Yeah. You can take the other hand and pat yourself on the back too, Austin. But he was built like Austin. He played with Buffalo. And the reason why I remembered him is because when I first started getting football cards, he was in there all the time. And then when I was a ball boy, he ended up playing for the Vikings. You're welcome, Austin.
Thanks,
I don't need to pat you on the back. You're cool as a fan. Other side of the pillow and a cucumber all as one. So we'll take a quick break, dive into some more UTEP. We're going to look at their coaching staff, though. They got the third youngest coaching staff in the nation. Right? Third youngest staff in the nation. So it means you young. Bunch of 34-year-olds. So we're going to see which guys that I would try to attack, considering this is probably their first big job. So anyways, Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Hay season is a race against time. Win that race with an all-new 1 Series round baler from Landmark Implement. The all-new John Deere 1 Series round baler is a revolutionary leap in baler technology that captures near real-time moisture and weight data that can be analyzed through Operations Center to improve your bale quality and farm efficiency. Are you ready to upgrade your hay equipment? Contact your local Landmark location for full details on the new 1 Series round baler and experience the Landmark difference.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Labor Day. They are thankful for everyone in the workforce who makes this country great and celebrate a deserved day off to rest and reflect. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Husker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, and it will be hot. We'll see an afternoon high around 104. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms, otherwise mainly clear with the low near 71. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms, otherwise mostly sunny, with a high around 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Huck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, UTEP week. A lot going on, man. We almost see my man over there riding on that bike. Almost got clipped. The funny thing about it is he didn't have any problems confronting a vehicle. That's a nature versus nurture, and you ain't gonna win.
Made a business decision. Make that decision, bro.
Anyways, UTEP, led by Scott Walden. He's the second youngest coach in the nation at 34 years old. Third youngest staff. And he's the 27th head coach in program history. And if you were able to, listen to any of his press conferences, he's got a lot of energy, and that's what you need at a place like UTEP. And this isn't like downgrading a place like UTEP or anything like that, but a lot of times you get those coaches like a young PJ Fleck where you gotta infuse some energy, natural energy into the program, both in recruiting, everyday energy, because you have to be on it. You can't, afford a day off. And so, him coming over and bringing his staff in there, I think, the one thing you could say is that, he didn't want the age thing used against him. And so he's not going to hold anybody else back from a lack of experience or obviously, being old enough or thought of to be, a gray haired coach. And so, I'm sure he's able to pick the guys he wanted. And go from there. So you look at they're all going through this learning process together. And I will say this, I'm assuming when you get in the coaching profession, that he's thinking, I want to, you want to go from college assistant coach, coordinator, Georgia. A lot of guys don't welcome a challenge to a UTEP, to before that Austin P, like a Youngstown State, because it is different, right? The budget's different. How you recruit is different. Now it might change now with everything, going on, but normally it's a little bit of it takes a very different mindset to go there, welcome it, and be okay with it, and make it the best place as possible while you're there, or you choose to stay there. It does, and you got to give him a lot of credit for that. And now he's trying to, go to a place like UTEP, coming from Austin P, and do his thing.
I listened to a couple of their interviews this week or last week and then today of them kind of trying to define who they are and who they want to be. And again, he's got the talking points. Hey, we're going to be a track team that just happens to play football. Like we're going to be in condition. We're going to play this way. And you tout toughness and all the latchkey words that you need for a new program. But the reality is, when you talk about difference in resource, like if you've never been to Texas El Paso and seen that stadium and seen the facility, you went, okay, not the same.
No, it's not the same. Even in the people that he competes against in his conference, and so look, he coming to a place like this, for being a head coach is no different. They went to, Austin P went to Tennessee last year, hung around a little bit. Obviously he ended up losing to Tennessee. And so he has to welcome the challenge. His recruiting class was the number one in Conference USA, which most likely not a lot of guys are going to be on the field Saturday. Now, maybe they are, but so he's able to come in and do some things that you want to be able to do as a young up and coming coach to be successful at a place like UTEP. So he's earned his way, but ultimately the players got to play, and so it's just going to come down to Nebraska finding out what they like to do, who they like to do it with, offensively, defensively, and special teams, and then just play up to your capabilities, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, they a lot of their conversation was they had their mock game, and a lot of the conversation was they were either really good or really bad at one play to another. That they would have big strike capability, and then they would fumble a snap, or they would get offside, or they'd line up inappropriate, right? And he says, okay, that's the thing we have to fix. And now you've got 4 days to fix it.
Sure.
And that's not a lot of time with young players.
Yeah.
The veteran guys that have played at this level were the ones who were making big plays. They literally all just found out who their starting quarterback was going to be. That wasn't known. And they didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So as for what we know about Nebraska, I would say that we know 60% of Nebraska, kind of personality, culture, etc. I think their number's like 40, that they don't know much about themselves. They don't know everything they need to know about themselves. Who the quarterback is, starting running back, what do you get with running back 2? What do you do with the different receivers? And then whether your offensive line can hold up.
Did you know that UTEP will not play special teams? They will play defense.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call special teams.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, their defensive coordinator is a man by the name of Joe Papalardo. Defense, not special teams.
It is
Defense,
everything you can imagine that you, because it's of the 3 sides of the ball, special teams is what you scheme the least, and they will take the most chances. So you'll see flea flickers on special teams. You're going to see.
Oh, with these dudes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You always got to be worried about
Right,
because
like-
they're going to empty the clip. But again, it comes down to principles, man. Like we talk about the cause and effect. Just because you get beat on you're on the other side of the field, you get beat, beat by a step or two on a stutter and go. Don't think they're not going to come back in some form or fashion, whether you're zone or man, and try you again.
Yep.
Or if you just kind of lallygag and miss a tackle on 3rd and 13, don't think they're not going to try to run that play with some action off of it to try to get a big play. So it comes special teams as well. You got to count how many you got. You got to know who's eligible. You got to know where your threat is. You got to know the time and place in the game. You got to know the field position. How much they're down by. And it's tricky because they could be down by 2 scores. You expect, okay, be alert for some fake, or they could possibly be up by 3 going in before half, thinking that they're not getting the ball back if they punt it or if they're coming out of halftime. So you got to just, football is just not a game of like, oh, run and hit the dude, put your head in the sand, go back to the sideline. There's got to be a rhyme or reason for a majority of things that you do.
And helping Nebraska on that front is that the offensive coordinator for UTEP was the co-OC for Louisiana Tech last year. New personnel, new head coach and everything, but he might be able to gain some tendencies from an opponent he played last year.
Yeah, and you look at, you're going to come at the first series is kind of like a boxing match. You're feeling it, you're feeling each other out and see where everybody's at. And the best thing you could do, I always say this, me and Austin, we talk about basketball, just play steady.
Mm-hmm.
Play steady. Play steady. And then when you get a chance to strike, you strike. You know what I'm saying? But let's force the action. Play with force. I know Fred talked about that. The basketball team, play with some force. That means go out there and take it. Go out there and dictate the pace. Go out there and start throwing the first, last, and the middle punches. Don't sit up there and worry about. It's a catch-22. Don't worry about making mistakes. Yeah, well, don't play to make mistakes. Play to win. You're gonna get beat, but sometimes these dudes are on scholarship. These dudes aren't just chumps coming up in here. They're allowed to make plays. Not allowed, but they're going to make plays.
Don't allow them to, but it's well within their purview. Yeah, right. Don't focus on what you're not supposed to do. Focus on what you got to do.
Right. Sometimes, look, we talked about Greg Maddux and Randy Johnson. Sometimes a perfect pitch is going to strike out a really good hitter. Sometimes a perfect pass and a great catch is going to beat good coverage, or a really good running back that has a certain skill set will give you problems. I talk about Lamar Smith. He gave me problems all the time. You never heard of him, but he gave me problems. I got it back, though.
That's what matters.
Anyways, we'll take a quick break, come back, man. Put a bow on this first hour. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Quick segment before we turn it over to the Royales. They go live at 5 o'clock. So we'll be on the stream with the Glean, right? So
come hang out.
Yeah, come hang out on the stream.
And have folks, I hope that folks have the app. Like, just get the ticket app. Just
Yeah,
get it.
everything's
Put
on
it
an app.
Like, get it.
We had a minor disaster during On the Block. Twitter went down for a moment. And so we had to remind people if they didn't have the app, that does not crash. So that's the safest way.
Right. It does it. And it reaches everywhere.
And everybody has an app for something.
Yeah. On your phone, on your laptop. Like, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, there you go.
And you'll be able to choose. You'll be able to choose between Jay's Buffalo Bills and Jay Foreman. Like, when they go at the same time, you can pick. You can just go to the app and say, I want Jay Foreman. Hey, I want Buffalo Bills.
I'll be there with the Bills. I'll be there right there with you.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to take a break, come back, and we're going to jump on the stream. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through September 2nd, enjoy Labor Day specials like 8-ounce USDA choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound. And Wagyu brisket for $12.99 per pound. Fresh Duroc whole pork butt for $2.88 per pound. Extra meaty loin back ribs for $3.88 per pound. And fresh cut chicken wings for $4.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their chocolate chip banana bread muffins for a great summer breakfast or enjoy a bagel with pesto cream cheese. Don't forget the Joe Card membership. Unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per person per month. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
The 2024 Nebraska football season is here, and we need you to be a part of the Sea of Red Memorial Stadium this fall. A limited number of Husker football single-game tickets are on sale now and are only available while supplies last. Don't miss out on any of the action this season by getting yours before it's too late. To purchase your Husker football single-game tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
A new school year is here with summer coming to an end, and it's time to get into proper shoes. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this August with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoe with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. Don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start the fall season off right with the August athletic shoe sale at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, 5 o'clock hour? Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We are Old School, coming at you live on the stream. We are coming at you live also from 1040 O Street on the scorching hot day, but we're bringing the heat anyways. We are brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients at Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 84th and Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Probably too hot to grill right now, Austin. So you can still go into the Mercado and stock up a little bit. It's right in my hood.
Set the grate on the sidewalk. Let nature do the work. Flip it after a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Nature's working for you.
I've seen that on like Instagram or TikTok where people cook eggs out there and stuff. It's hot out there today, boy.
Cookies on the dashboard, all that stuff. Yeah.
102.
Get you a skillet. Get you a skillet out there, man.
Can I say so? Every now and then, like a listener will share like a screen grab. So Bo Lever was sharing that he has the app on, and it's his number one thing on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
But it also shows other songs he played. And Bo Lever, can I just say I'm surprised? I don't know why that Wu-Tang is on your list of songs played. I don't know. Shout out. Well done. Well done. I would not have expected that.
Shout out. Hey, we're influencing people. Wu-Tang.
I'm just, oh my goodness. Okay, bro. Do your thing. And then he says, of course, he asks the question, is it really too hot to grill?
It's never too hot to grill.
Okay.
It's just how much pain can you go through to get whatever you want.
I mean, it's a full sweat. Like, but this
don't go out there with your nice clothes on and all that stuff. It ain't gonna work out well for you.
Is over 100 too much for steak? Because steak takes more work. You got to be out there longer, right? Better hot dog day, burger day.
Yeah, it might be quick. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
get in and get out. Right. Don't have to.
Are you grilling any veggies on a day like this? You're sticking to the meat, keeping the veggies inside.
Strictly meat.
Yeah, we're straight carnivore.
Good.
Straight.
I just know my wife would get mad at me if I didn't ask that question, so I did that for her. Now.
Yeah, we'll get our carbs and vegetables in though.
Are you a corn on the grill guy? Or are you
I mean, I like it, but I don't usually take the effort.
Jay,
myself.
you a corn on the grill guy? Is that?
I like both. Just depends on you. I mean, that's touchy because you don't want it to be smoked or burnt. So you know that's a little.
Just have to char it.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I like it regular.
Okay. All right.
I bought some of those corn things. You could just. Boy, they be killing me on Instagram.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
They
coming for you.
See, they send Jay. He gets into
I love the grill,
algorithm,
man.
Right?
Yeah. Then it's
every other clip.
Shrimp Drevainer, all this other man. It's like my grandma used to do when late night shopping, the shopping networks.
Yeah. Once you get in,
once you're in there, it's a dark hole.
Clutches, talons.
Yep. Easy pickings. Too.
Oh mine.
And I think they listen through your phone because I always talk about grilling.
Well, mine's animals. Like if there's a smart animal, then I'm gonna have like 20 reels back to back, and nothing I can do about it. What? Okay, so just for the record, before we get back to Huskers and football and sports, Jay, I need cook times for the different proteins. I just go quickly through steak, hamburger, hot dog, shrimp, chicken.
What takes the longest?
Yeah. What like?
I like my steak and burgers medium.
Okay.
So those are rather quick.
Okay.
It depends. I mean, depends on how you cook them and all that. So those are rather quick. Shrimp, they just turn like orange or whatever. It's on and popping.
Okay.
So that's easy. Chicken is chicken and like.
Are you a thin breast guy or a thick breast?
I like both.
Right.
Yeah,
so you don't pound the chicken.
I will
till it's flat. Right.
I will. I mean, I will, but I'll cut it in half.
And then you're anti-pounding steak.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Okay.
I've never done that. But some people do though. I'm just telling you, you do. I mean, since you said it, I think I'm gonna try it. Since you said it, I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
I just tenderizing certain cuts of steak.
Yeah.
And there are people that are for it, right?
Yeah.
Are you a marinade?
Oh yeah.
So
I'm gonna do my own though. I make my own.
Everything gets a marinade, or just something gets a marinade. Are you a steak marinade?
Here's what I'll tell you. Jake Sorensen lost 2 tomahawk steaks to me last year.
Okay.
So I don't really marinate that one. That's very simple. Then you just put, salt and pepper on there, and you just want to enjoy the meat. Then some stuff, like some steaks, you want to. I'll leave it in there for at least a full day. Then I'd leave it out for like 30 minutes to get it room temperature, and then do my thing, Austin.
Big Bird says 4 minutes per side for burgers and steaks.
Yeah, it depends on the thickness.
I would have thought that for chicken. I'd have thought that maybe.
No, no way. Not with chicken. I got it. I would use the thermometer.
You don't want to take chances with chicken and pork.
No, chicken, pork. I don't play games with.
But see, you also,
turkey burgers. I ain't playing games with that stuff, man.
That's why I'm the same way with all of them, though. Like I don't want to take shit.
You got wiggle room.
Now, I will tell you with chicken though. I'll season it. I'll season those bad boys so it's on and pop.
And you will overcook your chicken.
No. So here's what I'll do. Here's with my chicken. So I'll do this thing that my dad taught me to do to always keep your chicken juicy. I shouldn't even be telling people about this. I should be charging people for this.
This is why. Listen, man.
They made the effort to go to stream.
Like
so
we went
you marinate your chicken. You put your stuff on there. You put your whatever seasoning you like on there, and chicken is just more high maintenance. You got to be in it to win it. You can't be on your phone. You got to be willing to look through the game through the mirror or through the window and stuff. I think I like my chicken where I'll shut the grill, let it heat up, and then I'll leave it a little bit open, but I'm constantly flipping it so it's at the right temperature and so it's not dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I first started cooking chicken, boy, that thing was like cardboard because I was scared to not have it like
and then the barbecue sauce, Austin, cover yours. The barbecue sauce on the grill, off the grill.
I like it both. I generally like to depends. Now that depends if the skin on or skin off.
Okay, I didn't want to get Austin all fired up.
Yeah, so it's either skin on or skin off. But I make my own barbecue sauce.
Yeah, and then you brush.
Yeah,
full brush.
Yeah,
not dip, brush.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now it depends. Now if you got wings now and you have it in there, then you kind of like, you put, you smoke them and put them in there. But I'll make 4 different types of wings just because just something I might see. It's all trial and error, man. Hey, look, when you in Buffalo, DP, and listen,
they get out.
Listen, no, when you in Buffalo in West Seneca, New York, or that's where I live. In West Seneca, me, Sean Bryson, it was all of us over there because we went and found the cheapest apartments. So we just over there. Listen, when there's 4 feet of snow, and you got to go to Wegmans and stock up for 2-3 weeks, you try anything while you in there in them little apartments to try to have it taste good. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't getting out. Like you are not getting out of that lake effect snow. You don't want to get out. The only time that you want to get out is to go to practice and come home.
Austin, here's the best part, right? There's two things with being a northeastern bad weather athlete. One, you have to make plans for everything.
Everything.
And I mean everything.
You got to plan for good weather. Listen, you got to plan like in Buffalo, once it starts getting to Halloween, your plan is if it's the temperature in the day that they say it is, or somehow lake effect snow comes in. And that's every single day. That's how you
Could
travel.
be in the middle of June or middle of December, doesn't matter.
No. It's just mainly
football season.
About 5 games into the season.
Yeah, once you hit October.
Yeah, once you hit October, it's
and
you better have your jumper cables and all that in your car because you get caught slipping, you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
But
which of your teammates got caught slipping the most?
Oh.
Travis Henry and Jonas Jennings.
But it's them.
Two
Hey,
rookies.
Jonas got the glow up though.
Yeah. And they have to plan with the maintenance guy of the apartment complex or the condo association to make sure that somebody clears the deck so they can get to practice.
Oh yeah.
Right, because this is before where teams like now they'll send people.
Yeah,
not
anymore.
They're not going to do that.
No.
But also they have the scouting report of who lived in the complex. Players will know. Listen, where are all the single women who cook?
No, I wasn't like that. No, not in Buffalo. I can tell you, there wasn't nobody listening. If they was cooking, you ain't want to eat.
Grandmas that know how to.
Yeah, there wasn't above. There wasn't nothing in West Seneca, boy. No, sir. No.
In case you get snowed in, you just got to have a plan.
That wasn't a plan. Because I can tell you, listen, I will never forget my boy Sean Bryson. He had never been. I don't think he ever seen snow before. He's one of my best friends, right? And he's from Franklin, North Carolina. When I tell you there is one light, there is literally one light in his town. I always tell him he was country fast because I was like, dang, dude, you that fast. You that big and fast. So I lived on the, hold on, but look at your boy rocking out right there in that white car right there. Look at him. You see him?
Man.
Yeah, look at he waving his hair too. He feeling it in there. Look at him. Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Commands on the wheel to peel out.
Yeah, he didn't know. He was kind of soft on the gas. But so Sean had never seen snow before, and he definitely hadn't prepared for lake effect snow. You know what I mean? Nobody's prepared. I wasn't prepared for it. But I lived on the first floor, and Sean lived kind of like in the building over, but on the second floor. So we had to get to practice. And so I got up, if practice say was at 8, I got up at 5:30. I was like, look, this is going to be a workout. So I got my car out or dug it out to where I could get going. And Sean thought he was just going to just sleep in and then, magically the snow was going to be gone. So it really wasn't that high up from the second floor. My man came out there in a full snowmobile suit, jumped off his balcony, slid down, got in the car. I'd never seen anything because he had never, but it was the greatest thing for him because he had never seen snow. You know what I'm saying? He had never been in snow.
Christmas.
Because he's from Franklin, North Carolina. And then obviously he was drafted in Buffalo, but he had played at Tennessee. They didn't have any snow games. He thought cold was 45, 50. He locked in when it's 55 degrees and a little fall day in Buffalo. Oh no,
55 football.
That's what. Yeah, I could run all day. He's out there with. Here's another funny story. With the first cold practice, he came out there with a full hoodie. And this is when they had the thick, hoodie sweatshirt or
Full
shirt,
cotton.
pads on, and he had long john tights on to keep him warm. He wasn't breaking no tackles. I mean, I was like, Sean, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. He's like, he never seen no cold like that, man. But Jonas Jennings and Travis Henry were the two rookies, and I knew it too. I knew it.
They had the look in their eye.
Yeah, because we played. Who did we play? We played Indianapolis, or we played a cold game. Or no, it was actually New England, and so it was cold it was cold and snowy when we left. And it is up in New England. These brothers came on there with chinchillas or something. I said, yeah, you know what? I said, you DA rookies, you don't even know what's about to hit you. So it's cool when you go to the game. But when you come back late at night, and then they didn't have remote start on their car, and they had them rims in the Mustang, stuck.
End up walking down the street to Jim Kelly's restaurant and get hopefully kitchen made some extra food.
But they were stuck at the little airport. We'd pull there and then whatever. Car stuck for 2 days.
That's y'all live that Buffalo, New England.
Yeah, Buffalo is no joke.
New York and Philly. Detroit was never really that way because their facilities were set up to protect them. Minnesota also protected them.
Yeah, you inside.
Post Bud. But the rest of that, no.
Yeah, Buffalo, you got to be about that life. You got to be about that life, man. I mean, you're gonna be out in the snow practicing. But towards the end of my third or fourth year, we had an indoor, and stuff like that. But if we were playing a home game, and especially if we were playing the Dolphins, we outside.
Get used to it.
Yeah, because we knew they were going to be cold. They were done.
Get used to it.
Yeah, so it is real, but it's no different. We went down to Miami. Brothers was cramping up in warm-ups. I was like, yeah, we ain't got a chance.
You're Miami in the blood, so you're good.
Yeah, no, it was hot. I just knew I'm not overextending myself. I'm not running all the way over there chasing the, but you got to conserve your energy when you come all the way down from Buffalo to Miami.
Don't get hot.
What's the weather supposed to be this weekend? Being that it's 101, 102 right now.
82.
82, and it's mid-afternoon, so 2:30. So you're getting
82.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you prep for that? You remember what you would, because you eat.
When we played, it was always like today was. It would be hot. You always look up, man. People getting carried out and stuff. Like, dang.
Well, that's why.
But you eat it. I eat it. I used to eat. I'd eat. So if the game was at 2:30, so essentially a 3:30 NFL game.
Yeah.
I get up and eat breakfast early. Always hydrate. Just make sure you hydrate. And then I didn't like to eat a big meal before the game. So it was more like protein. I'd have some not heavy carbs or anything like that, but I try to eat a lot of fruit.
Is that different between like the linemen and the?
No, they just eat them. Them dudes is grubbing.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna name no names. I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh,
dude.
no, go ahead. You name numbers though. You can name numbers.
If you really want to go back, when during the draft after the first year with David Carr, they showed Houston Texans. They showed David Carr, and then they only showed one lineman because they were saying that because we gave up 82 sacks. So I had the same routine before a game. I just do my thing or whatever, and so I always kind of, like if I was hydrated enough, so I knew kind of like if I had to go to take a leak or whatever, right? So you go in there, overhydrated, so I go in there before we go out because once I get in game mode, I'm not trying to get undressed. You know what I mean? So I was like, we're about to go out for our pre-game warm-ups or whatever. So you got your headphones on, and this is back when you had to have CDs or MP3 players, So I'm jamming or whatever, walk in the stall or whatever, just to literally, urinate or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to say. I can say on the radio. Man, my man was sitting in there eating a Whataburger.
See?
I said, and I said, you know what, man? I looked at him. I looked at him. I took my headphones off. I said, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. I said, you should literally be ashamed of yourself. You dropping a deuce and then fumigating this whole place, and you eating a Whataburger.
And that's going right through, too.
And which means you had to have somebody deliver it.
Hold on. Awesome. And that's exactly what he said. He picked it up on the way to the game. I said, man, I looked at him, man. I just could and he's a cool dude too, man. I mean,
he wanted to think higher, but you couldn't anymore.
I said, you know what, man? I just I was disgusted. Every time I looked at him, I said, I can't believe you did that, man.
But there were those people.
I just could not believe it that you did that. Then his wife was the sweetest, like late girl or woman or whatever you want. She was so nice, and I think she was Miss Texas because he went to Texas A&M, so I'm diming him out anyway. And I'm just looking at her, and I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at, and after, because we go to the players' lounge, and I'm looking at her and stuff. I'll never forget. My dad was. I was just looking at her like, you don't even know what your husband just did. You know what I'm saying?
She knew.
You know what I'm saying? I said you just dropped the dudes eating the Whataburger, man.
She knew it was.
She probably brought him the Whataburger.
Austin, the whole thing was to find the practice squad players, right? Who had to get there, but again, they had fewer things to deal with before game. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to get taped. They didn't have to, but they had time to go and get food. And they would bring bags. So for Washington, for Carolina, they were bringing bags. They would bring bags, but they'd have it in their duffel bags. And it was their job. So if anybody wanted, and it was usually like the Hogs who wanted to eat before.
Yeah.
And they would have the practice squad players bring in food. And you go, okay, there you go. That's the get down.
What were the Washington staples?
Oh, they would go to Ben's Chili Bowl in DC, which was a real thing. So hot dogs and chili dogs and chili, especially when it was cold.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh,
that's running through.
But you have to remember
that's just diarrhea.
But you have to remember who we're talking about. You're talking about the Hog.
Yeah.
Right? And you're talking about dudes. So Mark Schlereth, whose nickname is Stink.
Yeah.
Well, there was a reason why. No, he wouldn't go. He was like you. Once he got dressed, he was dressed.
Yeah.
But that man, he didn't like going to the bathroom.
Oh, so eating is nasty.
Oh, Stink would just he would urinate in his uniform. He would just line up.
That's just, you know what? That's just uncalled.
No, he would just. I mean, the whole thing, and it was an advantage. It was chase advantage for him because, I mean, that's literally why they called him Stink because.
You know he has skid marks too.
No,
that's all I'm thinking about.
Right? That he would.
You got highway skid marks. You know he did too.
He had yellow socks. He had yellow socks. There's the whole thing, right?
Oh, that's
and they would just say, but it was the purpose. And then he wouldn't wash the uniform.
See, that's wrong.
Yeah,
you're the one.
Yeah, whoever was that equipment manager.
Mark Schlereth.
He had this year.
Mark Schlereth. I mean, and the stories, the videos are online of him telling the story of that. That was where the nickname Stink came from.
You gotta do what you gotta do to play.
Straight Alaska, man. Stink would just tell you, look, I'm out here to fight. I want every advantage. People didn't really want to go hands on because you didn't quite know what you'd come up with. So in the battle between the lines,
there'll be some weird dudes that do some weird stuff, man. Like just how they get. I mean, everybody would get ready for a game their own way. I mean, and here's the thing I will tell you: when you're in the locker room, you got to respect it because you don't know where they came from or what they like. It's just what you like to do. Like they talked about Dion, he'd lay his uniform down, and then Jerry Rice always was impeccable how he, was in his uniform. So you always got to be respectful of it.
Was it worse if it was unnamed teammate's first time eating Whataburger on the can, or if that was a routine?
It is, period. I said, what you doing, man? I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, you serious right now? You doing this?
This is what we're doing?
Yeah, this is what you're
I thought
doing?
we were taking this seriously today.
Yeah, one of my boys, his name was Brian. Oh, man, he was kind of like Bonner, we talked about in the crossover. He was a running back in college, fullback kind of in Buffalo. So, when I tweet out that picture, it's me. It was when we was kicking it in Buffalo. It's me, Keith Newman, and Sean and Brian. And Brian's from Ocala, Florida, where Warren Sapp's from. He said everybody hates Warren Sapp, right? Back home. They said, seriously, everybody hates him back home. So he told me a story about Warren Sapp. He said this dude would be sitting in there, and like Warren Sapp was obviously a great player, but he looked like Shrek without his shirt on. They said he would have a big old dip in his mouth and like a towel, just after a shower, and just be spitting dip down there, like just nasty.
Yeah, I mean, pro football players are not, but I would still say this: they're not as bad as hockey players. Pro football players have a different range. Hockey players, oh no,
they just look dirty.
Oh no,
like after long hair, the missing teeth,
long hair, always looking wet. You just look dirty.
Yeah, no,
Crunchy.
bro. That locker room. So I had the restaurant in the MCI Center, so it's where the Caps and the Wizards play. And so when Jordan was there, Yager was playing for the Caps. We had the spot that they would come to after the game. So we had a steakhouse below and then a sports bar above. And they would come the elevator, come on up. But I had keys to the whole building. So post game, some dudes were like, "Hey, DP, send some food down." So I'd send my girls down, and they'd just eat it in the locker room. But then they'd go into the locker room, which then you learn you can't send your girls to the locker room. You would go down. And the smell, I've been a coach and a player. I've never smelled anything like an NHL locker room.
And they be sweating and stuff. But they nasty, though.
There is nothing.
Canadians, Russians, different standards.
Oh, there's a different smell.
Yeah,
I imagine that. A hockey locker room.
I imagine that. Yeah, I mean, just because of the equipment and all that stuff.
Yep. I mean, they finally. I think the Caps, like 2 years ago, finally realized that they could steam the equipment.
Yeah,
and then let it dry overnight. But they had to because there are teams in the league who wouldn't.
Yeah,
and the shoulder pads and all the pads that they wear.
Yeah, because they wear a lot of equipment. And then they wear like the flannel shirts, kind of, or whatever you call it underneath, sweaters or whatever. Yeah,
and
I'm
the
sure
socks,
it's
right? Because you have socks, and then the socks that go over the pad.
Yeah,
and oh my goodness, bro, the skates.
Oh, I imagine.
Oh, crispy.
Standing on their own.
Oh,
right.
Man. Like,
right. Don't even need starch.
Oh,
just walking down the road.
It was the first time I had heard anybody use the word ick. It was for hockey locker rooms. Ick.
Yeah, there'd be some weird dudes in it. You see, just be, especially if some of the guys that come from small colleges,
Well, the people that come from the outlaw. I mean, the outlaw. You gotta remember that if you're coming from Europe. The outlier places where technology wasn't really in play.
Like stand a Kansas can or whatever.
Oh, man. Oh.
Some stuff you ain't never heard. Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't, Yeah, you ain't from Yugoslavia. Yeah, you like when you from, so I was like, you from where?
You're the skis. There's like, I was Stanislavski. I was like, wait a minute. I never even
the
thought
province
of
of so-and-so. Yeah, we know you a little on one, man.
I'm a ski. I was like, oh, okay. Never mind. European. I got you.
Yeah, but Bobby Collins, I don't know where he is at. That's the countryest brother I ever met in my life. He was from like North, but he was fast though. He was built like my uncle Grease. But he had old man body. But Bobby Collins would roll out on you.
The coach?
No, he's Bobby Collins. He was tight end for Buffalo. When I tell you this man took every Gatorade out of that thing, out of the little team thing, like he had never, like they didn't get Gatorade, like where he was from.
Yeah.
Like everything was like
everything was new
because they was coming in there like, hey, where all the stuff at? Gone. Bobby got it. Snacks gone. Bobby got it. Hey, Bobby was coming up like the mob because he wasn't spending his per diem and he wasn't spending none of his check. He was eating everything and he was taking it all home.
Oh, who was that was telling the story that they lived in the hotel for the Montreal Expos, and then they would just take, so they didn't have to pay rent or buy a house, so they would just stay at the hotel right there attached to the stadium. I don't know if it was Montreal or Toronto.
Toronto, probably.
Yeah, and then they would stay there, and then they would just eat. They would eat the food and just carry it in the styrofoam boxes from the locker room.
Oh yeah,
to the hotel. It was like, okay, live your life, bro.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But anyways, good first segment. Take a quick break. We got some NFL stuff going on. My man Jerry Jones says, hey, we're gonna pay one of you guys. We don't know who's gonna be next. Some trades going on. And guess who's gonna be starting in New England? Drake May. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP also will be right back.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings & Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings & Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
and electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, second segment, live on the stream, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, old school. It was funny, man. Talking some good old memories of different dudes. I'll see my man at alumni weekend and see what he says. Funny thing about it, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. He owns a whole bunch of McDonald's. So he ate Whataburger. I wonder if he eats McDonald's on the toilet. Not just playing. Anyways, back to some NFL stuff. Some movement. Finally, for CD Lamb. He's got a $136 million deal. Jerry Jones seemed awful excited. Not excited, but more open to where things were the last time he was interviewed. Imagine that your owners getting interviewed more than players. But you can see this coming. Now you have Dak, and then you have Micah Parsons and Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence. So you have all your best players all up at the same time. Now, Jerry Jones will tell you he likes everybody on edge to go out there and earn it, but from a player's perspective, they will tell you they've already earned it. All those guys are Pro Bowl players. Zach Martin might be a Hall of Fame type of player when it's all said and done. CeeDee Lamb had his best year and probably provided the true number one and lived up to the billing to wear number 88 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, here's what I wanted to ask, because it led I was on a show in Atlanta, and it came up to this, and I want your opinion on it. For these contracts, is the value of the player what they've done or what you think they can do?
Well, the players,
right?
the agents will tell you it's what they've done.
Okay.
Now, I think rookie contracts are based on what you can do. Like when you get drafted, that's kind of all potential. Now the owners, they take a little bit of both into it, which isn't right. It's like, okay, yeah, you've earned it, but you know what? We only think you can be this good for a couple of years. But what about the 4 years that I played good? That's what CD is like. So,
right.
But it could come back to burn. It could come back and burn you though,
right,
if you wait too long.
Right. Well, Dak's contract coming up, Micah Parsons, if he can be the greatest defensive player in the National Football League, can Dak lead them to playoff wins and playoff success? Are you paying for what he's done? Which, if number for number, it sits side by side with Patrick Mahomes, other than the rings, right?
Right.
Like literally, we saw the graph. What are you paying for, and what is the value system for? And
Just
who decides it, right?
Depends on the player,
right?
I think with Dak, you pay him more for what you've done. You kind of know what it is, so that it might be a shorter deal. You know, was it Patrick Mahomes was 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
That Dak might be like 4 or 5. Like Michael Parsons, you need to pay him for what he's done. He's outplayed his rookie contract, so even he's better. Like, so you got value by drafting him lower than number one. So he would have been the number one pick. Not then you got to pay him of what he'll continue to do or what you expect him to do. So it just kind of depends on the player.
And I think if you're Micah Parsons, you don't want to take a team-friendly deal in length right now, right? It's the NFL. No contracts are guaranteed, right? So maybe you want a little bit of security. But if you're Micah Parsons, it's, I want to get this bag. I want high average annual value, and then I want to hit the market again.
Yeah, well, he's already done that. I mean, the time of him working with the team and do it, that's gone.
Yeah.
Because you've waited so long. That's where owners can really run into trouble.
Especially that owner.
Yeah, where you wait too long and then the market is the market. You know, if you would have re-upped CD last year, you probably could have just saved yourself 36 million. It would have been 100 million.
And the same with Dak. They could have done this 2 years ago.
You could have done something more cap friendly with Dak. Right. Another example is Justin Jefferson. You keep waiting. Somebody else gets paid. Boom, you got to get paid. And it is what it is. And so it's a catch-22. Depends on ownership. Some are notoriously cheap. Some they're going to pay you what you've earned and what they expect you to do. And I think a real good owner, Pittsburgh does this. They look at everything, right? So you'll see sometimes in Pittsburgh somebody will get paid, and then or in New England used to do this, and then their stats might not match up to it. Well, the one thing that was really good with Bill Belichick kind of being the GM was maybe they don't ask him to pass rush as much. Like there was years that they didn't really pass rush or send Willie McGinnis on pass rush or Vrabel after he got re-upped. Then he needed to do something else. You get to one of these, like, I call them penny pinching, organizations. They're like, oh, well, you got 15 sacks, but, this is a year we had a really good offense. So you're always playing, on schedule and getting a lot of opportunities. Well, the offense is bad. So now you're not a pass rusher. Well, your pass rush attempts are down 50%. And so it kind of correlates to your production. So it kind of depends on, who the ownership is.
It's ownership, it's player, and it's situation, right? Because for every player that gets paid off of what they've done, there's one that gets paid on potential.
Yeah.
Right. There's one that, their agent is going to argue that, hey, look what he's done before. His numbers put him in this conversation. He deserves this money. Well, there's another agent with another team, a different player, having the conversation of, on a per rep basis, our guy's just as good. He has not the opportunity. If you, team X, take a chance on him instead of him being with team Y, we believe he'll continue his production, pay for what he can be.
Yeah,
it depends on the team, the situation, and the player, where they're coming from and where they're at.
I would like to argue the Dolphins probably felt like they were handcuffed and having to pay to it. They had no intention of paying him. If they did, they would have paid him before.
Well, and the market kind of dictates what the going rate is, but then also what available talent, matchable available talent
in the draft or free agency too.
Right. So you can pay me now, or you can pay me later.
Yeah, or somebody else will.
And that's kind of what it is. But this is the re-evolution of the NFL. That CD and the receivers have crashed the market. Well, then here come the centers, which is an unexpected.
Humphrey got broke off.
Right. Like you really didn't expect that
before a preseason game.
Right. That centers, like we did the battle of getting the left tackle the money that as the most valuable offensive player. And that's the conversation Trent Williams is having now. But then it's the other tackle. And then wait a minute. I need a party right in the middle. And now centers to protect quarterbacks, because they're the quarterbacks of the offensive line. They've got to be the smartest. They've got to know where everybody's supposed to be coming from and what everybody's supposed to be doing. That money wasn't considered as a part of the budget.
And we saw this on New York Giants. When you have more salary cap room than originally planned, you could either spend it, efficiently and be frugal, or you could get caught essentially, like I say, with your pants down. And they're like, oh man, we kind of just drug our feet on paying player X or player Y. Now we got to pay him 25% more than what he originally was asking for. Yeah. I mean, we've seen it, Joe Flacco betting on himself getting a huge contract. We've seen other guys do it. And then really, to be honest with you, the way that sometimes goes, like in your contract year, when it's even if you don't have as really good of year, they still have taken into account the year before. So for these teams, the quarterback position is always the trickiest because they're going to be generally the highest paid on the team. but sometimes you're overpaying for below average production. Like Daniel Jones, is he?
Well,
40 million?
he messed it. And this is the other part, that the Giants' inability to negotiate a solid contract for your quarterback screwed up the Eagles, it screwed up the Commanders, it screwed up the Cowboys. Like Jerry Jones is mad at the Giants. How dare you push up the market and change the value system? Now I got to pay for this trash, right? It's coming off the Giants' budget, but it's really affecting the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean it's a copycat league, but it's a domino effect league as well. You got to think, how things happen. We had the whole conspiracy thing, theory of, back all the way back to the Colts and how that, set forth Joe Namath getting in the Hall of Fame. If the Colts somehow pull that game out, does Joe Namath make the Hall of Fame? It affects people's careers. What one team does affects generally everybody in your division, because quarterback's always a moving part. And then this is where Dallas is kind of a little bit of in a tricky situation. Jerry Jones is getting older. They have a really good nucleus of players that are either the year before their contract year or in their contract year. You can say what you want about Dak, right? You have to weigh, and it's kind of like what the Redskins football team or whatever they were called at the time had to do with Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can keep renting them. And here comes Minnesota. Now look at Kirk Cousins. He, hit up Minnesota for a whole bunch of money, hit the Washington team up for a whole bunch of money. Now he's down there in Atlanta. And I can almost guarantee you everybody within the Washington organization wish they kept Kirk Cousins, because he turned into be a better quarterback than they gave him credit for. On the flip side, you got the Giants up there, got strong armed by Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones and his agent was like, yeah, we asked for 50, but we took 40. That means you would have took 30, but you gave him 40. Now you're married to him. You married to him to the point that you got rid of, like the owner said, we're letting our most popular, and to be frank, our most productive player go into free agency and not getting anything back or not getting the same value back. And he's going to our rival. It's like a double whammy.
Bruh. Oh, the bad business it's legit.
But the quarterback position is so hard to evaluate at every level, college and the pros, because you just never know how they react. And there's only one that gets to play to competition. They depend on, like, you could be a really good thrower of the football, but guys aren't catching it. Yeah. Or you don't have a good enough offensive line, or you have a different philosophy that doesn't allow you to showcase your skills and be as successful as you like. So it's tricky.
It's a lot of money for to not compete for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To say that you're going to compete for playoffs, but realistically, if you're the Giants, you're battling for next year's lotto.
Well, it's not just that, DP. They traded Leonard Williams away, the defensive tackle, to Seattle, who was like a Pro Bowler, right? And then they decided, they had Lawrence and all this other stuff, or they traded him to the Jets, I think, or the Jets traded him to the Giants or whatever, and then they got rid of him. And they just rented him. It's hard because you want to secure that position with somebody you think is good, but then you got to hit everywhere else. You got to make sure he has a good running game. You got to make sure he has a competent coordinator. You got to make sure he has not only receivers, but now you need 1 and 2 tight ends. And then you have to have a defense that's going to get them in positions and get them the ball back. Quarterback depends on a lot, but there's a lot of guys in the league that can't play dead.
But they're all getting paid because somebody good set the table for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, because
if you're a quarterback and you're Dak, you ain't walking in there asking for no less than 50. Daniel Jones is getting 40.
And
Herbert and Hurts are getting 52.
Right.
Plus, so they're starting at 55.
I mean,
just off the rip. Don't pick up the phone unless you're talking about 55.
Think about the amount of money Jerry Jones is about to just move from his trust fund into active payroll. That you just gave a $38 million signing bonus. $38 million to CD, plus the 40 pluses you're going to have to give him Forget about incentives and et cetera. And that's Dak's going, well, wow, that's really cool. I'm getting more than that, right? I'm getting more than that. And it's going to take a $45 million signing bonus just to salve the scrapes and bruises of having to go through this, right? Dak's not going to go, listen, I need $45 million for my new crib, man.
So Burrow, Love, and Lawrence are all making $55 million a year. So it might even start at $57.5.
Right. But the signing bonus is going to be the difference maker, right? Because that's what gets you to the door, right? For Dak, if you want the immediate upgrade, which is that you're going to give me my signing bonus that allows me to buy the new house, allows me to pay off loans and all the other stuff, and for me to be secure. Micah Parsons got pen and paper, writing all of this down. Because neither of the two, CeeDee Lamb may be one of the top 5 receivers in the game. Micah Parsons is one of the 5 best players in the game, right? That literally at his position, he's so elite that they don't have a market for him. They don't know what his value is, especially for 2026 and 2027.
Right.
So then you're going to write a signing bonus to keep him, right? Because you offended him, right? I used to hear Kerry Collins say, yeah, that's my offended my being offended bonus.
Right.
Micah Parsons is getting his. Jerry's going to write 150 million in signing bonuses just to keep this version of the Cowboys.
That I ain't got a chance in hell to win a Super Bowl.
Moving money from the trust fund to light on fire. But hey, have fun with it.
Woo! Get that loan, Jerry.
Yeah, it's
man.
The
That's
salary cap is tough, man. It's tough, and guys got the best guys that are able to finagle it, and the best thing you could do as a player is play up to your contract or better. But here's the messed up part about it before we go to break is what frustrates me is sometimes a player will have a good season, but you got to cut him because you overpay for a guy that isn't good.
Yep.
So it's collateral damage, and so that's how you lose a team. That's how you man, what happened to that window? Well, you start getting rid of good players. I mean, actually, we're talking about the Commanders. You got to think Dotson they traded, right? Here's the thing: he had 11 touchdowns last 2 seasons. McLaurin has 9 last 2 seasons, right? And then they let Samuel go. They got rid of a lot of their defensive players. Yeah, they brought in some veterans, but you're getting rid of some of your younger, productive players.
Well, what if you did it thinking that it was going to help you get Brandon Ayuk? If that's what
if that's the case, then yeah.
If that's what you that's the word.
If that's the case, but and he been watching their practices and he ain't signing. I don't know what his problem is.
Well, he actually met with the owners of the Niners this past weekend in Vegas, and they were like, "No, I'm not signing with you. I just came to tell you I wasn't signing with you. Get rid of me, help me move." But then the Niners wanted Dotson as a part of the deal. And you fast-tracked and got rid of an asset that could have helped you make the move you need to make. Boy, that's why I'm in the portal. They all making me. Jay Foreman, the Carolina Panthers was sending me my care package of all the new coaches' gear stuff.
Yeah.
I told him not to send it.
They got Adam Thielen. He's number 1.
Jay Foreman. I turned down the white Carolina sideline coaches stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm cool.
You can be with the Jets. They got Aaron.
I'm cool.
I'm just looking at it right here. Josh Allen must be going through something, man.
What?
That mustache and that
Haley
long
Steinfeld's putting him through something.
Is that the girlfriend he had?
Yeah.
That they broke up?
No,
they back together.
Are they back together?
I thought they were together.
Hey, listen, when your daddy calls and say, hey, listen, don't you mess this up.
But he going through something.
Oh.
He got the mustache. Hair just looked. He just.
Yeah, they just went Instagram official about a month ago.
Yeah, don't you mess it. Listen,
Josh and Haley Steinfeld.
Look,
this is the first go round with him and her.
Yeah.
Look, when
wasn't he dating an actress or something before?
That's
Probably.
her. That's her.
But I thought they broke up or something.
They're together now. Pretty sure it's the first one.
Yeah, I don't keep up with that stuff, but I just know he's going through something. That you can't be the starting quarterback looking like this. You need somebody to.
The Wyoming in him's coming back.
That's exactly where he's at. You need to stop going back home. That's exactly what he did. Went down to the sale barn and stuff up there. Yeah. Take them cowboy boots off and all that other stuff because you look like a.
You're in Buffalo now, John.
Yeah, you look horrible. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, come back, put a bow on this bad boy. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Back to old school.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A+ support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Old School. Quick 2 hours. A lot of stuff going on. As the week goes on, we'll dive into UTEP and other college football. We got a game Thursday, though. The Colorado Buffs go against North Dakota Bison up there. So that'd be it. You know, styles make fights. Thursday night, live in effect. It's a night game, right? Obviously.
Yep. No, that's a full one. I think we're broadcasting North Carolina versus Minnesota.
That's on Thursday?
That's Thursday.
I feel like that was a bowl game somewhat recently, was it not?
Yeah. Just I found it interesting
or a regular
that it was
game.
available. And then if we can juggle the schedule Saturday after the post game, that we might be able to carry Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Yeah, last year, Carolina 31, Gophers 13.
Yeah.
First matchup in history between those two, actually.
That's to do. And I didn't know there were Friday night games. There's a Friday night game. There's Friday night games this week.
Yeah, we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Wow.
For college football.
Yeah. Well, we have high school Friday.
We do.
We have high school Friday, and then Saturday, 2 games Saturday. And then what do we have Sunday?
You know, really,
that's LSU USC, isn't it?
Yeah,
really,
6:30
for everybody out there. Football is on for the next 5 months. It's on.
Yeah.
Saturday was the first Saturday with football. We won't have another Saturday without football till January 20th.
There it is. That's a
January
great
20th,
feeling.
y'all.
Yeah, man.
Settle in.
Yeah,
and yeah, we're going back to Super Bowl. We're going to New Orleans.
Is it New Orleans?
New Orleans.
No.
Hey.
Jay Foreman.
Oh, hey.
Jay Foreman.
Oh, man, they like voodoo down there, man.
Jay
I don't know,
Foreman.
man. I gotta go see the Dalai Lama before I go down. Them people down there, boy.
Yeah.
They put anybody that eats alligator, they a little weird to me. But we'll go down there and shake a leg a little bit. Anyways, good start to the week, even though it's blazing hot. We'll holler at you the rest of the week. We're going to dive into UTEP, see what these little miners can come up here and get their butt whipped real quick. But anyways, we're going to holler at you tomorrow. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, Old School. We are out.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment